years back now, I hypothesized what it might look like if the Digimon Frontier kids got traditional Digimon partners instead of using Spirit Evolution, as Spirit Evolution was one of the more controversial parts of Digimon Frontier and did turn off a lot of people for what was actually quite a good season. But it's been years since that video. Can't believe I can say I've been doing Digimon video for years now, multiple, and my knowledge of Digimon has increased in that time, and a bunch of new Digimon now exist. So why don't we revisit that idea and work out what Digimon partners and full evolution lines the Digimon Frontier kids might have. What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. And yes, you probably noticed that I'm not in my normal setup. I am currently in America. Adrenaline in my soul. And I just got married also, so thank you all for your kind comments on Twitter. This is the first time I'm telling YouTube that I got married. Sorry to anyone that was hopeful. Also, since my last video, the Digimon Frontier dim cards did come out. Rest in peace to the Vital Bracelet. And while in this video we're looking for Digimon partners and Digivolution lines that do not include the Spirit Digimon very specifically, because what would be the point of using the Spirit Digimon if we're looking at Digimon partners, it did introduce some interesting things. For example, having Meramon be a Digivolution potentially from Flamemon. I think that's a great contender for a Takuya partner. We finally saw things like Tinkermon being used as the rookie for Fairymon, which I have suggested before. Kumamon or Bearmon as the Kumamon or Chakmon pre-evolution. Like, I get the bear connection here, but honestly, even Snow Agumon would be far superior as a Kumamon pre-evolution. Kokabuterimon used as the Beetlemon pre-evolution. This is something we're seeing in the V-Pets and also in the card game. Makes a lot of sense to me. Kokuamon is also on that dim card, and I think that works quite well because they put the Spirit of Thunder and Steel on the same dim card, Kokuamon being a nice merging of those. And then we got Lylemon and Gazimon as the Purified and Corrupted Spirit of Darkness rookies, and I don't hate them, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about rookie partners for these kids. Yes, still based on the attributes of the spirits the kids would get in Frontier, but transmogrified into something that would work as a traditional adventure style or tamer style evolution line partner. And I honestly still like the idea of giving Takuya the Coronamon line that I gave him last time. Coronamon to Pheramon to Flaremon to Apollomon. While there is a distinct lack of like lion elements in the Flamemon or Gunimon evolution line, I still think it works quite well, and obviously we have the very obvious fire element going on, and that mirrors nicely to the fact that originally I gave Koji the Lunamon line because it is the moon-related moonlight evolution line. Lunamon to Lekismon to Cressamon to Dianamon. Koji has the Spirit of Light, and moonlight is associated with wolves, werewolves, and of course the Garurumon line, which the Spirit of Light is likely inspired by. Plus, if Takuya gets the Coronamon line and Koji gets the Lunamon line, they can DNA Digivolve their partners to Grace Novamon to mirror the Susanuomon fusion. But it's been a while, and I do think there are some other pairings that I would like to see. For example, for Takuya, I do like that Meramon was on his dim card. It kind of resembles what could be another take on the human Spirit of Flame to me, plus Meramon has Digivolved into Asuramon before, and Asura comes from Hindu mythology. In fact, Hinduism is even referenced in Asuramon's Digimon reference book, and wouldn't you know it, Agni, the namesake of Agunimon or Agnimon, is the Hindu god of fire. So if we didn't want to go with the Coronamon line, having Takuya's partner become Meramon and then Asuramon I think is so wonderful. Spirit of Flame, fire elements in those two Digimon, and Asura and Agni are both from Hindu mythology. The Mega then I think could be Gankumon, again keeping that Spirit of Flame idea going and being very humanoid, and I like the idea of this becoming such a strong warrior, a holy knight and member of the Royal Knights, and still being Takuya's partner, with the flame becoming its own Digimon, basically, its own entity in Hinu Kamui. And as for the rookie, I really struggled here. I think we need a new fire rookie Digimon, but I think Candlemon's fine. I can see that being friends with Takuya, it's kind of funny. Candlemon actually did show up in Digimon Frontier anyway, and one Digivolved to Wizardmon in that episode. They eventually made peace anyway, so I don't really think it's a problem if one of the Frontier kids had a Candlemon partner. We could just slightly rewrite the plot of the show. Again, moving over to Koji, if he did not have Lunamon in his evolution line, well, we do have a couple of brand new Digimon that I think would absolutely be perfect when aligned with the Wolf and Light motif of the Spirit of Light, and specifically Koji. Because, yeah, Lugamon would kind of be awesome as a rookie for him. However, I actually might prefer to use Labramon. Lugamon or Labramon are absolutely fine here, but what I'm going for is having Labramon become Sisamon and Katoramon. Katoramon being a Deva, kind of holy inspiration, plus the coloration of specifically Katoramon very much reminds me of the Spirit of Light, and also would key us up beautifully for the Mega to be the very recently revealed Erlangmon, which is actually a DNA Digivolution of Cherubimon and Metal Garurumon in Digimon New Century, but this has, since the moment it came out, completely read Spirit of Light to me. It feels like the long-lost cousin of Ancient Garurumon and the entire Lobomon, Magna Garurumon family, so having Erlangmon finally be the partner of Koji would be wonderful. And whether that's Lugamon or Labramon as the rookie, and then Sisamon and Katuramon. Gankumon and Erlangmon sadly don't lend themselves to a nice DNA Digivolution for Takuya and Koji, however, could just use Omnimon, I guess. Alright, moving over to Tommy, we have got to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this for a while now. We got some exciting new Digimon revealed in Digimon Liberated that, as I was writing this video, became perfect for this purpose. So normally, of course, Tommy is the spirit of ice. He becomes Chakmon, Korikakumon, and Daipenmon. But now we basically have a way to make a full ice line for Tommy if you got a Digimon partner. I'm going to start with, I don't normally talk about babies and in trainings here, but obviously I want to talk about these because we have Yukimi Bottomon and Hiyarimon now. Perfect little icy, snowy pre-rookie Digimon. And normally Hiyarimon is used as the Bluekamon pre-evolution. However, let me skip the rookie and the champion for a minute because I want to talk about two brand new Digimon, Polar Bearmon and Skadimon. Those are the Digimon that I talked about from Digimon Liberator. And wow, it really feels like Polar Bearmon and Skadimon are definitely set up to be deliberately Frigimon evolutions, but also kind of the lost Chakmon evolutions. And obviously the new decks involving them are going to reflect that. And I wanted to talk about Yukimi Bottomon in this video, Snow Bottomon in this video, because if you look at Skadimon, it's basically a mech being piloted by a Yukimi Bottomon. So it perfectly caps the end of a line that starts with Yukimi Bottomon. Then we have to work backwards. Now, of course, Chakmon would be the kind of champion equivalent for Tommy's spirits, but I do think it's pretty obvious that Frigimon would work in its stead if we're not using Spirit Digimon. Frigimon to Polar Bearmon I still think works very well because Frigimon looks like a snowman and kind of a bear. But what of the rookie? We are still struggling for a rookie here, and I was really disappointed actually. I was kind of hoping because we got Polar Bearmon and Skadimon, we might get a little pre-evolution for Chakmon. Now, we've created them before. Shoutouts to Rubix, who created Korymon for our Frontier Spirits video and short, but I actually really think Snow Agumon works quite well. It has the same head bumps that Yukimi Bottomon, even Hiyarimon, and of course Frigimon, Polar Bearmon, and Skadimon have, but Salmon Starnio on Twitter also pointed out to me that Espimon would work really well. While it doesn't have the white headpiece, that blue element still shows up in the entire line, especially as we go towards Polar Bearmon, so I think Snow Agumon or Espimon would be great here. And this line for Tommy I think works excellently, reflecting that originally he would have been the Spirit of Ice user, now giving him much more polar bear, cutesy, teddy, ice and snow theme. JP, of course, I do like Kokabuterimon, but that has now been cemented, I think, as a pretty much intended rookie for Beetlemon, if we're not going to use custom art, of course. Kokabuterimon has been used as the Beetlemon rookie in the card game on the Vital Bracelet, and yes, we did also see Kakuamon in these instances, but more so as a kind of secondary on the Vital Bracelet, and that's why I actually really like Kokuamon as JP's partner, not his rookie spirit. It's a great Digimon. I think it works well for the Spirit of Thunder still, plus combining a little bit more of metallic elements, and indeed it was in the episode where originally JP got his spirit, so you could modify that episode and instead make it that it's the episode where JP gets his partner, and that partner is Kokuamon. Pretty fun and easy evolution line I think from here would be Ballistamon and Atla Ballistamon, both keeping up a metallic robotic vibe with some electrical elements and tying into the Spirit of Thunder still. For the Mega, we're still struggling a little bit, right? You can go for something pretty obvious like Hercules Kabuterimon, tying into the idea of like Hercules and Zeus and electricity. It does lose the robotic elements though, and I don't think something like Tiger Vespamon would work. I do like Shivamon though. Shiva is usually depicted as masculine in Hindu mythology, and while this entire line isn't inherently masculine as it doesn't go randomly feminine at the end, I guess is my point. And I kind of like Shivamon's coloration matching up a little bit more similarly to Ballistamon and Atla Ballistamon, plus Shivamon is a Pulsemon Mega, and Pulsemon, the Impulse City Dim cards, are intrinsically linked to the concept of electricity and I guess thunder by default. Zoe's pattern Digimon I think becomes difficult now that the official Digimon media is using Tinkermon as a pre-evolution for Fairymon. It's a little bit more of a struggle to work out what her rookie partner might be if she wasn't using Spirit Digimon. Some contenders I think that would work quite well are Morphomon. It's a little cute butterfly winged Digimon which you can see connecting to things like Fairymon and indeed even Ancient Irismon, but it's harder to build an evolution line there that isn't just like Morphomon, Hoodymon, Aosmon, and maybe Queen Beemon or something, but we've used that a lot in recent videos, so I'm trying to shy away from that a little bit. So I'm going to quickly talk about what I think the rest of the evolution line probably could be that would be a nice reference. First of all, Darkmon, right? It looks very similar to Fairymon, plus it combines some of the more bird-like elements of Shutumon, and indeed Darkmon was in the movie for Digimon Frontier, where it slightly I digivolve, kind of, to Hippogriffamon. And this again I think would be wonderful ultimate level for Zoe's partner. It's a mythical beast, it's winged. It being a quadruped I think would kind of address the fact that Zoe's beast spirit is very human looking, so it'd be nice if her partner's ultimate was a little bit more bestial. And again, is a reference to that Frontier movie. Now I'm not going to make the Mega Myrmicusmon to fully tie in that reference, because I guess in this continuity that maybe just wouldn't happen. But I do think something like Valdemon would be very nice, really commit to the bird theming, or still keep that bird theming going, but reference Zoe herself and her blonde hair by having her partner's Mega be Venusmon. Happy with either of those really, Darkmon to Hippogriffamon becoming Valdemon or Venusmon. Maybe they could even slide evolve between Valdemon and Venusmon in battle, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Man, Tinkermon would be such a great rookie for Darkmon though, wouldn't it? I would be happy with Morphomon here. Sure, it loses the butterfly theme and goes more very overtly bird-like as it digivolves, but it's Digimon evolution we're talking about here. It's definitely done weirder stuff within the anime even, not even VPETs. I also think Hawkmon would be a fun little pre-evolution for Darkmon, or yeah, even my perennial favorite, ready for your comments, you're so original, Hyokomon could also work pretty great here. I would be tempted to reuse Tinkermon here, but I didn't do that for JP, so I'm going to try and keep the same energy going for Zoe, and I am going to choose Hyokomon. Oh my god, what have I become? The more things change, the more they stay the same, kids. Alright, so Koichi, and much like last time, I am going to give him corrupted and purified partners. Not really sure how this would work exactly. I think what's most likely is he would have the same rookie that would then kind of dark digivolve when he was corrupted and then have a regular digivolution line when he wasn't. And I do genuinely think Lylemon would be a really good rookie for him. But again, they used Lylemon and Gazimon on that dim card, so they've been cemented as connected to the spirits. What do we do then? Well, I did end up sliding more towards Labramon for Koji, which could mean that, yeah, Lugamon would be pretty great here. If we look at Lugamon's semi-branching evolution line, it even has Lugamon becoming either Hell Lugamon, which is kind of its dark digivolution, or a more redeemed evolution in Soul Lugamon. I think that being a sign for Koichi would be great, and indeed you could just keep it there. Lugamon, Lugamon, Hell Lugamon for its corrupted line, Soul Lugamon for its non-corrupted line, and then Fenrir Lugamon in the end. But we should get a little bit more original than that, right? So what if instead Koichi's corrupted Lugamon becomes Dobamon? A great sort of like all-rounder Digimon. It can be used as a dark Digimon, it can be used as a more purified or normal Digimon. We saw it in Digimon Tamers, we saw it in Digimon Survive, but then we can have Koichi's corrupted Lugamon become Dobamon, and then Cerberusmon, who was in the first episode of Digimon Frontier, and is a reference to the literal underworld in Greek and Roman mythology. Again, this could be that the Cerberusmon in the first episode somehow is Koichi's partner, or it could just be a different Cerberusmon, or the whole show could play out differently. It would also then be a mirror to the fact that we gave Koji the Labramon line initially, of Labramon to Sisamon to Katoramon, and finally ending on Erlangmon as our difference. Koichi getting Lugamon to Dobamon to Cerberusmon, because Dobamon and Cerberusmon are common evolutions too of Labramon. Indeed, we can even give Koichi's corrupted line Cerberusmon Werewolf mode to make it a little bit different, because either way I'm going to end the line on Plutomon. Pluto, the god who resides over the afterlife of the Greek overworld, also known sometimes as Hades. In Digimon media, very much the darker interpretation of Pluto and Hades. So we create this big, heavy Hades underworld evolution line connected right back to Koichi and his darkness corrupted spirit. I do also want to give a shout out to Devidramon and even Dijangmon, who I'd also like to use here just to create more of a connection to Velgamon. Again, we can just drop these, or we can say that they have a slide evolution to something that more closely resembles the corrupted spirit Velgamon. And then for his purified spirit, man, Lylemon again would be fantastic here, and indeed so would Mad Leomon. Mad Leomon was used on the dim card, however I don't think it was supposed to be part of Koichi's spirit evolution line, but it is a little bit, I guess, evil looking, so maybe we shouldn't use Mad Leomon, but we could just use regular Leomon as Koichi's purified partner. I think Lugamon digivolving to Leomon, or indeed Mad Leomon, I think works really well. It does go from wolf to lion, but again, this is Digimon. We have seen far more random evolutions before, and Koichi's purified spirit line does have an intrinsic connection to the Leomon family anyway. I do kind of like Mad Leomon here, but I can definitely see how this could read as corrupted, so regular Leomon is fine. Might be fun then to have it become Grap Leomon. A pretty common Leomon evolution, but I like the way that it's more humanoid, again referencing the more human spirits. And then, well, if the corrupted partner of Koichi became Plutomon in the end, the virus type Mega Digimon, the purified partner, I think it makes so much sense to become Anubismon at the Mega level. Spectacular, a vaccine godman Digimon connected to a different type of afterlife, that of Egyptian mythology, with Anubis being the Egyptian deity of cemeteries and embalming and the protector of graves. Love the idea of Koichi's Dark Digivolution partner path ending up in Plutomon, and his Purified partner path, his regular partner evolution path, ending in Anubismon. So that is it, my new ideas for what it might look like if the Digimon Frontier kids got their own Digimon partners and did not Spirit Digivolve. Bandai has made this a little bit tricky by introducing like semi-official rookies for spirits that didn't have them before, but of course that's not still official Frontier canon, it's more like VPET and card game edition, so you could still use Tinkermon and Kokabuterimon for partners if you wanted to. In the comments down below, let me know your evolution lines. I'm very excited to hear what you guys have come up with, especially with the brand new Digimon we have and the kind of limitations we have because of the VPETs and the card game. Thank you to my sovereign ZDK14 for continuing to hold it down, as well as all my other patrons over on patreon.com/Karn EX and my channel members here on YouTube. Got some really fun stuff coming up for you in September, and then of course the Spooktober Spectacular will return in October. Already working on custom art videos for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.